Music Theory in the Fast Lane is a course that is separated by modules. There are 16 modules in the Music Theory in the Fast Lane course. It's exciting. The first module is entitled The Three Components of Music, which are rhythm, melody, and harmony, all of which I know you know about, but we need to go over some specifics in these areas in order to make sure our foundation is well laid. Second is time signature and key signature. There are 15 key signatures and there are several time signatures, and we'll discuss them and kind of dive in a little bit to discuss them. The third module is the awareness and understanding of Western music. And the first thing we're going to talk about regarding that is the most important scale of all in Western music. The most important scale. What is it? It's the chromatic scale. You must know your chromatic scale. It's easy, but you have to know it and know how to use it. And that's easy. But if you don't know it, you probably don't really use it. But I'm telling you, once you see the importance of it, oh my God, that scale will be your best friend. Okay? And just to let you know, every scale in Western music, which includes jazz, of course, comes from the chromatic scale. You can get every scale from it, and you don't have to know a thing about music in order to construct every scale and mode in Western music. I know, sounds crazy, right? You don't have to know a thing about music. In other words, when I show you the importance of the chromatic scale, I'll be able to ask you, what are the tones of a major 7 flat 5 chord? And you'll be able to tell me. You'll be able to tell me what chord tones to use. If I said a dominant 7 flat 5 sharp 9 flat 13, you'll be able to figure it out. If I said a minor 7 flat 5 sharp 5, it'd be no problem for you. And then we'll also discuss the 7 scales and their modes. That's module 3. Module 4 is understanding harmony and scale construction. And you're going to love that. We'll spend a whole module, which will be module number 5, talking about the pentatonic scale. After that, module number 6, the perfect fourth and fifth. I know that it sort of confuses a lot of musicians. It's like, why do they call it the perfect fourth and fifth? Well, we're going to go over that. Harmonizing scales and modes with chords is module 7. Module 8, explaining chord inversions. You're going to love that. There's so many great musicians who don't understand the chord inversion principle and how it another way to look at it. Like I said, there's several ways of looking at chords, scales, modes. There's several ways of looking at all that. I'm going to give you another way that I think it's better because it's easier. And then there's module number 9. In what key and mode is the guitar tuned? Yes, we'll spend a module talking about that. The guitar, just to let you know, is tuned in the key of C, and it's also tuned in a mode, which is which is Phrygian, right? It's tuned in the key of C in the mode of Phrygian. We'll discuss that. And how borrowed chords work. Yeah, if you're in the key of C and you play a D minor and you say, well, I'm going to borrow a chord and I'll use a common tone substitute, which would be F major. So F major can be a substitute for a D minor. And you say, well, I'm going to play a minor 7. Okay, a substitute for that could be a C. Or I'm going to play an E minor. Well, a substitute for that could be a C. Um, I'm going to play a G dominant 7th. Well, substitute for that would be an 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 F sharp minor 7 flat 5. I know I'm letting it sink in for a little bit. And it can also be a B minor 7 flat 5. Wow, this is just so awesome. Module number 11, we'll discuss the 251 drill. This is going to help you learn your instrument in a way you may have not learned it before. It's going to assist you in playing in all 12 keys. We start with the 251 drill in all keys because the 251 is a very popular chord progression. Just about every song in Western music has it. So, in order to begin learning to play in all keys, we're going to start it in pieces. And we'll start with the 251. Number 12. In module number 12, we'll be expressing music on paper, which a lot of people aren't really interested in so much. But we're going to spend a little time on it because it is a medium by which musicians communicate. So we should know something about that. Moving on to module number 13, we'll discuss the harmonic major and melodic minor flat 5 scales. We're going to talk about the major scale and the melodic minor scale and the harmonic minor scale in a couple of earlier sessions and modules. But in module 13, we're going to spend time on that harmonic minor scale and the melodic minor flat 5 scales. Those are scales that each have 7 modes. Yes, they each have 7 modes. Session number 14, we'll talk about the melodic minor sharp 5 and the harmonic minor flat 5. Yeah, those are scales. There's a scale called the melodic minor sharp 5 and the harmonic minor flat 5. And then there's module number 15. Diatonic chords for melodic minor, harmonic major, melodic minor flat 5, melodic minor sharp 5, and harmonic minor flat 5. Like I said, in earlier sessions, we're going to talk about the modes of major, melodic minor, and harmonic minor, all of which I'm sure you are aware of, but we are actually going to get into all seven modes of each. In Module 16, How to Practice, playing all seven scales and their modes, and playing all diatonic chords for all seven scales. After completing these 16 modules, you will understand music theory. You're going to have to practice and you're going to have to just kind of think about it as you're learning it. Your mind will tell you things like, oh no, that can't be right and this can't be. That's normal. But don't worry, because when you're finished, you will understand music theory because we're putting music theory in the fast lane. So sit back and relax and enjoy this course. It's what you've been looking for. So I thank you and I'm glad to be able to present it to you. You know, there's not going to be a lot of bells and whistles in this course because I don't know. I think you're more interested in learning what makes music tick and understanding music theory than you are about the fancy website, which it doesn't mean much to me because I know it doesn't mean much to you. You want to be able to take your instrument and play it the way you want to play it. You want to be able to express yourself. You want to be able to play your guitar or piano and never be lost in your improvisation and playing a chord and never wondering where to go from that point. And all the other websites on YouTube, they've got great techniques for doing things like arpeggios and different techniques, and all those are good. But you will be able to do that, and you're probably already doing it. Only you'll do it with understanding. And when you understand what you're doing, the world is your oyster. You can say, "Oh, I can do this. I don't have to play this A flat minor chord. I can play this chord because it works and because I like it. And while I'm there playing that chord, I can also do this." You're never locked in. You're always not without opportunity for a different chord on the fly while you're playing. While you're playing a song that you know and you automatically go to a such certain chord, you'll automatically be able to just say, "Oh, I'm going to play a different chord," because you understand music theory. And thank you. I'm glad to be of help to you. My name is Michael Ballard, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.